Hello Tiger friends. Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another load workout. Today was max effort press day, and it's my birthday today. I'm 43. Thank you for the birthday wishes, everyone in the comments already. But for those of you who like these videos, please remember to click like down below. You can't watch the max attempt until you click like. So today was 67 pounds of chains on a close grip bench. I'm going to stick with just close grip on everything. I noticed even warming up, I always felt my shoulder tingle a little when I went even medium. Like, let me just stick with my close grip. And close grip will vary an inch or so for me, depending upon what I'm doing day to day. And I'm trying at this point because I'm going to be doing a bunch of axle work. I'm going to be doing all these dips, all this other work. Some of it, because of the axle work coming up, it may reduce the weight I handle. So I just want to get used to holding a really, really heavy weight in my hands. So what I'm going to do is a lot more chain work for all my benching. It worked really, really well. Worked really well for my box squat. And the whole idea is we just get used to holding that heavier weight in our hands, just like we had to get used to on the box squat, the heavier weight at the top. And it makes you, over time, as you do more and more maxes, again, just get used to it. So for me, by doing that, because that was, what, 67 pounds of change with only 285 on the bar. Okay. Still like 350 up at the top. 350 at the top. I've got to get used to just holding that weight in my hands. And as I build all the musculature to bench, that'll help. And people need to remember that. A lot of the max effort work that we do, some of it is just geared towards things like that. Because it's still a full range of motion. It's still a pretty good amount of tension down at the bottom. All right, it's still getting to that 90% range at the bottom of my max. But we're getting pretty heavy at the lockout for me. So we've got to get used to bringing those up stronger and stronger, get used to that heavier weight. Because my hand strength is going to change a little as I go into all that. And I'll have the axle bar later this week. I may switch over to like a floor press with the axle bar for a while for the second exercise. But today we made small progress on it. What happened last time? I couldn't complete the final set. Couldn't complete the final set. Today I added microplates, right? Tiny amount, added 2.5 total pounds. I managed to get all 5 sets of 10. We got all of them. Now I had to pause on the last one each time. The last couple sets, what did we have to do? Had to rest, pause, take a deep breath at the top at the lockout near the end on the last couple reps so that I could get all of them, which means we're pretty much reaching failure at that point. All right, we're basically reaching all I can do. These are limit sets. Especially after the first set. You know, the first set I probably could have got an 11th rep. Other sets, as we got deeper, no, I had to take that breather. I had to take that breather to finish them. But technically, it's a weight PR with this volume. Because, again, last time we came up 1 rep short, and then we bumped the whole thing 2.5 pounds. Now, what does that mean? This is a sign of muscle growth. That's what it means. Okay, we don't get bigger because we added 5 pounds to a lift. We got bigger because we were able to do the reps and sets with the weight before and create the overload and the fatigue that caused us to grow so that we can add the 5 pounds next time. This is a sign of muscle growth. Now, I will say I felt this mostly in my delts. I felt some pec, finally on the final set pecs. This is very delt dominant for me. Now, I did feel triceps, the lateral head of the tricep with those heavy chains on the close grip press. That was very delt dominant. Still felt a lot of pec. So we've got to remember, because I'm going to go close grip from now on, I've got to just keep building my delts. Now the upside, as I've come to realize, I'm doing laterals. I don't need to worry about specific chest presses for my delts. All this close grip pressing and dips work a ton of delt. All right, the close grip bench is relatively delt dominant. It's more shoulder dominant than the wider grip relative to the chest. Doesn't mean we don't want to build our chest, but I can build my chest with the dips. Dips is a phenomenal chest exercise, top to bottom. I don't need to worry about the other stuff with it because I'm doing the laterals on top of it, and I'm doing a ton of them. We're doing 15 sets a week of the side raises. That works all 3 heads of the delt. Even though it's focused more on the side head, it works all 3 heads quite a bit, enough to stimulate growth. So that's carrying over to the front delt. I think a lot of it, one of the reasons I've struggled even with being delt weak on some of the benching, will come down to the fact that I've neglected my delts in general these days, right? Well, that matters. Even the side raises work all 3 heads. It's just general size to your whole shoulder girdle. Works all three heads, works the upper traps. That's a small movement. It's kind of a big movement when you think about the different muscles it builds. Today I noticed I was really fatigued with rows. I did all of them, and I went ahead and took the final set up to a couple more reps. Stopped at 3 sets. I think because of just the lower back fatigue and how hard I'm pushing my lower body, I may start doing the rows now because I've been doing them every single day. I've done a lot of volume of rowing. I may start doing them exclusively on my lower body days as a deadlift and squat accessory. My back development's fine. Look at my back development. I'm fine. And it still would grow from that. People would be like, oh, yeah, you're not going to grow from 15 sets of rows a week. Yeah, you're right, guys. So we're going to go to that. And I think because, again, I'm doing so much forearm work, the forearms are really getting a serious pump doing these right now. And my erectors are feeling fatigued, everything else. Because, again, I've been doing all the reverse curls and everything, reverse curls to behind the back, wrist curls and stuff. And I'm going to keep doing all that. I'm going to have to build up my forearm stamina to build up their size. And I'm probably going to start rowing soon with the axle bar. And I'm not worried because, again, even if it reduces load, it's going to build my forearms up pretty quick. My back is going to grow no matter what. My back will grow even off reduced weight on this. Plus, I'm deadlifting. And I'm doing the good mornings. My back grows easily. I'm not that worried, quite frankly. I've built such a tremendous base there that it just responds to anything I do. My lats get engaged on any exercise I do. My lats get engaged on dips. Biomechanically, we know they do. So I thought because I PR'd on that, I felt really strong on dips at first. I thought I was going to knock through these, that they were going to be phenomenal. And they were pretty good. I managed to get all 10 on the first 4 sets. When I got to the last set, I could barely lock out rep 9. But that's better because I think last time we did the 4x10 and I got like 7 reps or something. So we got a close grip bench volume PR, and then we gained 1 or 2 more reps on the final set on the dips. I'll take it. Technically, it's an improvement from last time, and considering we got a very small close grip bench PR, a very small weighted dip PR for the last set means we're making progress. We're making progress. And again, this will do all my base building. Now, I will probably go over to doing my close grip pressing with the axle bar. So in that case, I'm going to need to push the dips harder because the dips are going to be a potentially greater overload for the pecs, front delts, triceps, and all that. While we adapt to that, because I might be forced to use a lighter weight. So as we adapt to it, my forearms get stronger. I'll be good to go. And yeah, that is going to be a specialization for me now. Tons and tons of forearm and grip work, and I'm attacking it from every angle. Every angle. Which I discussed last time. Right? It's going to be a lot of work involved. And yeah, there are going to be times when my forearms are going to hurt. They're going to be fatigued. We'll make it work. But someone had asked me about that too, of, couldn't you just get fat grips or whatever? No, I don't need them for all this stuff. It's an inferior tool to just getting an axle bar. I already have 2-inch handles on my dips, right? We've got technically axle handles there already. I'll be able to do other presses, rows, whatever with the axle bar. That's all I need. And as far as worrying about curls, I'm going to do hammer curls for my forearms. I'm not worried about curling. Curling with fat grips. I'm not even doing those sort of curls anyways. I don't even do straight full supine grip curls. You notice even when I was doing the strict curls, I'm using that slight camber to the easy curl bar in the middle. Right? Better on my bicep tendons. So this is where we got on the dips, and it was pretty much a limit set. I got the 9th. I was struggling to luck out the 9th, but I think we got stuck on 7 or 8 on the final set last time. So progress is progress. We're making gains. One day at a time, one workout at a time, one night of sleep at a time, recovering. Got to keep going with it and keep addressing all the weak points. Right? We find all of our weak links and we train them. Obviously, I'm training everything really hard, but the weak links have to be hit harder. Right? In this case, all my benching muscles, and now that's going to include forearms. But I think we can see there too, when I'm bending over to do that, we are seeing some tricep growth happening. Got a long way to go. I realistically, I probably need to add 2 inches to my arms just from tricep size. I mean, if I've got to be honest, right? I probably need to add 2 inches to my triceps and my forearms. And that sounds like a lot, and it is a lot. It is a lot. But given that they're underdeveloped compared to the rest of my musculature and they are weak links in all my strength chain, that might be doable. It's not going to happen in 6 weeks. It might take me a year. It might take me 2 years. But I'm in this for the long haul. Right? 43 now. I want to turn 45. What if I'm bigger and stronger at 45 than I am right now? Then what are people going to say? Oh, Blaha added 2 inches to his triceps and put 70 pounds on his bench. Through his 40s up till 45. Well, there we go. A lot of people smack talk that, so let's put in the work. We know what we got to do, and we're doing it day in, day out. And it takes time. I mean, that's the thing. Yes, I saw big jumps on certain lifts, and then other lifts, people are like, oh, you didn't see much. Yeah, guys, because it takes a long time to build muscle. We saw pretty substantial jumps due to far superior training, and then it slows down again, and then I'll have to focus on other things. All right, my bench is going to go, or my squat's going to go slow for a little while. That's okay. My deadlift is going to go up just from the grip changes, right? Because I'm still hypertrophying all the muscles involved with the deadlift. My forearms and my grip have to improve. But if I can add another 50 or 60 pounds to my grip strength, what's it going to do for my deadlift? My deadlift's going to go up that much because I think my grip is going to be my limit for the next 50 pounds or more. I'm going to have to be basically a grip and forearm specialist for a little while. Not that it would dominate most of my training. My training volume is insanely high. But it's going to be a priority. I'm going to put a lot of work into it. We attack that weak link as efficiently and effectively as possible. Like, a lot of people propose things, and they're like, well, why don't you do this or that? I'm like, because that would be an inferior tool. Like, what? Why? Guys, I'm not an intermediate lifter. I can't just, my grip will be sorted by doing a suitcase deadlift. Or some Romanian deadlifts. Like, 3 sets of Romanian deadlifts every week will fix your grip. No, it won't. I'm a 600-pound grip strength advanced lifter. I have to add another 50 or 60 pounds of grip strength on top of that. A Romanian deadlift is not going to do that. And then it's going to take away from my good morning, so my deadlift isn't going to grow as fast. All right? No, it's going to have to be specialized grip work. You're going to do all this fat bar work, all this axle bar work. Direct forearm work. 2 different forms of major grip training, direct grip training. Right? We're going to have to attack this from multiple angles. This is not just a simple throw one exercise in and it's going to fix it. I'm not at that level, guys. That stuff works for a late intermediate. It works for an early intermediate or a late novice. It's not going to work for me. Because everything is give and take. I have to find things that are low to recover from to my whole system and work them in. It's all give and take. By the way, on these all ended up being around 15 reps today. The laterals and skull crushers to failure. And yeah, I'll increase weight a little bit. The lateral raises, I'm not that worried. You know what? So what if they end up being 15s? It's fine. Build work capacity in my side delt. They're volume resistant. I need to just thicken them up anyways. I'm not that worried. The extensions, yeah, I'll probably need to increase the weight, but I just increased the weight because I've gotten stronger on them. I will increase it to get them back down to around 12 sets to failure, 12 reps. So it'd be about right. I'm not worried about a little more volume for now. I don't want to increase weight so quickly that we lose the range of motion and form. But it is important to note when I do these that pullover is a big part of it. Pullover is a big part of it. And believe it or not, this is actually an extremely valuable exercise. It's not just about triceps at a certain point. Think about the effect on the chest, intercostals, everything. This is an all-around good mass builder. Yes, it is very, very tricep specific to developing all 3 heads of the tricep, absolutely. work. The other muscles will get a nice secondary effect, though. A real valuable exercise. Same thing with this lateral raise. Why? Why am I doing it like this? Well, it's very easy on the shoulder joint, but I'm hitting all three heads of the delt technically, and I'm hitting the upper traps. Right? This is an efficient exercise. Both of these, even though they're really small movements, we're bringing a lot to the table towards my weak links. Now, some people ask, why aren't you going all the way down on those? Because the bottom part doesn't recruit the side delt anyways. It doesn't matter that much. I don't really care. And it lets me hit true failure easier. I notice when I go all the way down and I can rest, pause, I might grind out more reps, but if I'm losing fatigue potentially, I know that it hits, when I hit failure, it's just straight up, I can just stop without having to rest, pause. And that's all I care about, reaching failure with it, generating that fatigue. And I notice I get all the way down to that point. If I can't lift it back up for another rep, that's failure. Just like on these, if I get all the way down there and I can't use the two lower heads of the tricep to bring it up, I'm done. I just have to do a pullover with it. Use the long head one more time, which does get slightly neglected on the other lifts. And same thing here. Just took them to failure. Took everything to failure. 5 sets of each of these. And that adds up. That's 15 sets a week of both of these smaller movements. It's a lot of volume. That's how we bring up weak links. Got to get thick as peanut butter, guys. We find our weak links and we train them hard with as much volume as they can handle. That's how you get thick. All right, guys. Well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.